Hey Ella, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. Just got back from our theater fest, which was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. How many days was that?
Well, I was there for I think 5 or 6 days. But yeah, it's Illinois' biggest theater festival, and I was in the biggest production thing, playing my cello.
Wow.
So cool.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, yeah, we haven't seen each other in a while. But we both are going to be going to Peoria.
Yes.
Through Ella's playing with chamber orchestra, and I'm playing a song with them. But mainly, I'm going to be playing with jazz workshop
for IMEC.
Yeah, for IMEC, which is the Illinois Music Education Convention. I believe.
It's at the same time as ILMEA, right?
Yeah, it's like the same thing as like Allstate.
What else have you been up to?
But what have I been up to? I don't know. I went to Wisconsin over winter break with one of my friends for a little bit. Didn't you go to Michigan over break?
I did. I had to help my parents fix up our store.
Are you guys only open in the summer?
Well, usually we're open in the winter, but we have some family drama going on.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we're closed for the winter, but I think we're opening again in May.
And this is an ice cream shop, right?
Yes, this is.
What's it called?
South Pier Creamery and Market. Very fun. It's in a very cute town.
So
very beachy.
Do you usually have like other family running it in the winter? Is that why it's closed?
Yeah. Okay. My uncle usually runs it, and then he's on vacation right now though. So. Does
he live in Michigan or?
Yes.
That works out well then.
Pretty good. What did you do while you were in Wisconsin besides hang out with your friends, assume with family?
Yeah, it was with Tess, who you know.
Yes.
But
and Zoe.
Yeah, and her little sister and her friends, and also their cousins and
so you're basically family, is what you're saying.
Yeah, this is my second time going up there with them. It was a lot of fun. We basically just played a lot of games. They usually do like snowy activities, but there wasn't really a whole lot of snow, unfortunately. So it was a lot of indoor games, but it was still really fun.
Been pretty snowy over here though.
Yeah, it was snowing when I was outside yesterday letting my dog out, and it was not fun because it was also windy.
Yeah, Monday was a bit of a scary day to drive because I think that's when all the snow fell. Oh. But none of the streets were cleared in the morning. What else have you been up to, Megan, besides Wisconsin? First 2 weeks back from school. My first week back, but yeah. Do anything eventful? Have any new classes?
Well, I have PE now.
Oh, yes, because marching band kids don't have to have it.
Yeah, I'm in individual sports. I'd say it's pretty fun right now. I have a few friends, so it's nice to not be alone. Even though it's individual sports, you still, talk to other people. I made it back into jazz workshop for next year.
Like a boss.
I submitted my audition on the very first day and got back in. Thankfully, I was pretty happy with what I submitted in the time that I had to prepare.
That's good.
That was good. I'm excited for next year because this year has been a lot of fun. So I know that next year will just be even more fun. So I am going to miss the people that are in it right now and other seniors such as yourself.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know what's going to happen to Ella and Megan.
Well, you will be the new senior. Oh, yeah.
I'll have to find a replacement.
Little Megan.
I'll have to find someone who's a junior next year. So
maybe someone whose name is Ella.
So that they can keep passing it down. But what's new with you?
I have 3 new classes this semester.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a little sad though because I no longer have 8th period off and instead I have gym.
Right, yeah.
But I'm in PE leader so I don't really have to do anything. It's for PE 2, so sophomores. So now we're going to talk to Anna. I think she's here, right, Ella? Yes, she's right there. Come on in, Anna.
Welcome in, Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Hi. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. Okay, so Ella and I would like to know, if you could have any actress play you, who would it be?
In your presidential movie.
Honestly, Anna Kendrick.
Yes.
I think it's fun that we have the same first name, but also I really liked her in Pitch Perfect.
Would you have her sing? Would it be a musical of
Yes.
Anna
Yes. No, but I think she's a great actor, but also I think her in Pitch Perfect, I think was just fun. She played that very well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it. What made you want to be student body president?
I've been doing student council for almost as long as I remember. I started in middle school and then obviously hit COVID, but then starting freshman year, I was always interested in leadership, but also communication with, like, especially people in my grade. So it started off as, like, a class thing. I frequently talked to and knew, like, many people in my specific grade, so people always came to me with different questions about, like, events, dates, because I was always kind of, like, in the loop. But then starting my sophomore year, I started looking ahead at, like, future roles. It's not necessarily uncommon, but in previous years, not many class presidents have jumped to that role of student body president, because then that role has to be passed on to another person their senior year typically. But I think I wanted to kind of expand my outreach. I liked the ideas of being able to produce videos, so like my first Hey from Gagne, and then I have one coming out this month as well, for a new project I can speak a little bit about later. But also just I liked the idea of being able to do more with my role, so I like that I can run meetings, especially internally, but also do more like service-wise and kind of be in the know for like all grades rather than just my own.
So were you class president before?
Yeah, I was class president between my freshman and junior year.
Okay. So how did, like, the process work of you becoming student body president?
Ooh, good question. It's slightly different than the process for class president. For student body president specifically, I underwent an application process where you fill out this Google form, kind of just that I believe gets sent to old alumni, just as like a check, like, do you fit? Are you serious about this? After that, everyone who is applying for an officer role in student council goes through this, but so does the student body president, where you actually do a credentials interview with all the current seniors, as well as the advisors of student council, and they ask you different questions, any questions that they want to ask you, and you're not on the spot, but you're almost on the spot, and you're responding to them, and they kind of not necessarily grade you, but they kind of evaluate how you're responding. Maybe, are you serious about this? Do you actually have a plan for what you would want to accomplish with this position? And then from there, there's a ballot that gets sent out to the student body before the end of the school year. So around May-ish. And then after a couple days of voting, we get the results back.
What was it like when you were first elected?
It was really fun. I was really excited. It was a challenging week because I was not running uncontested, so there was someone else that was running alongside me, and thankfully she is now class president, so we were able to, despite running against each other, we were both able to get a overall very good president role. And yeah, it was stressful a little bit. There was a lot that went into it, campaigning, so putting up posters, social media, trying to get different groups of people to support you, endorse you, for instance. That's also part of the process. But it was especially different because this time it wasn't just that I was going to my friends and going to people that I knew personally in my grade, but it was special because now everyone in the student body can vote, so everyone's involved. So there was a lot of communication, for example, like amongst my friends who talked to their other friend groups who might have spanned different grades, whether that was like in the music wing or their different sports teams.
What are some of like your favorite things that you've done so far this year as student body president?
Yeah, it's a great question. I really liked within student council being able to run meetings. So we do meet quite frequently every week, sometimes up to even 3 times, and for 2 of those meetings, our specific executive board meetings and big council meetings, which is across all grades, I create the agenda, and then I have my little gavel and I run the meeting, so I'm kind of sitting up front, leading us through what we're talking about. I communicate a lot with the advisors in that way. And then externally out of student council, well, within student council, but not internally as just us. For the student body, I'm working on a community pantry project, which I will be talking more about this month. I should have a Hey from Gagne coming out soon, but it's basically going to be a closet in the CCR office that has a ton of different supplies, so it's like school supplies, notebooks, as well as for the current season, like winter jackets, gloves, hats, and like feminine products, snacks as well for especially like students in need that students can access throughout the day, whether they talk to their counselor or talk to Miss Coofer up front.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Cute.
Do you have any, like, other hobbies?
Yeah, I think I do bass at school, and I've been playing the string bass for 6, almost 7 years. I think that's one of the things that not many people know about me. I've always been very involved in the music wing, as well as Tri-M, our Music National Honor Society. And outside of school, I really like weightlifting. I've been going to the gym for, I think, the past 2 years. It's a nice way for me to de-stress, but also, I don't know, I like it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your role in Tri-M?
I am the vice president of Tri-M.
Oh la la. This year, what are you looking forward to in Tri-M?
I'm looking forward to having our members perform more music-related service opportunities. I think in the past we've had access to many different ones, such as helping elementary schools set up their concerts, and also other service opportunities.
Solo
But
coming up, right?
yeah, solo and ensemble's coming up. I know at Thompson it'll be, I believe, sometime in March, but we've already had a full sign up for that. We have a lot of members this year. But I think one of the things I'm really happy that we've already started is I've been able to reach out to a lot of nursing homes. So kind of like starting this tradition of playing at nursing homes and senior centers. We've already done it twice with 2 different groups. One for the holidays, we got a lot of participation, and then one in Thanksgiving. There. Yes, you were.
I participated.
Good
Queen.
Megan.
No, that was great. No, you did great. And then we also had one near Thanksgiving time. I've already found dates for January, so I'm hoping that that's something that can continue, especially now that I'm a senior. So hopefully this communication can
do like a
be passed on.
Valentine's Day one.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
And something. I'm excited though.
Can you talk about the recital that Tri-M's going to have?
Oh,
Yes, I can. We are having a recital rather than a monthly chapter performance almost. In the past, Tri-M has been known for having between 1, 2, or even 3 performances during each chapter meeting, which we realized ended up taking up a lot of our time, especially since we wanted to accomplish having fun activities that are music related, but also do stuff and talk about stuff that is beneficial for musicians. So it's not just playing an activity that isn't related to anything that musicians would care about, but it's maybe talking about like, wow, like why is practice important, or having guest speakers or guest performances, which we've had before. But yeah, so the recital's gonna replace that almost. We're gonna have it's almost like an end of the year banquet, except it's in March. And so it's an opportunity for students and parents to come and listen to different Tri-M members perform in different small groups, all different types of music, as just a way of hearing each other perform and also having some fun desserts.
Is that going to be hosted at North?
Yes, that will be hosted at North.
And can anyone come?
Yeah, I think anyone and everyone is welcome. It is a $5 fee at the door. However, that money is going into a fundraiser for the music department for us to help make changes, whether it's in our practice room or just anything.
So speaking of hobbies, have you like seen anything that you kind of want to try out but haven't gotten to yet, or anything like that?
Ooh, I gotta think about this one too. I've always wanted to do electric bass. I think it's similar because the strings are the same. I know that part. I almost got one for my birthday last year, but then kind of decided against it. Wish I didn't. It's hard now because going to college soon, and then so it's like, what do I do with it if I don't bring it with me? I think hopefully one day I can get into more electric bass, kind of even doing like what you're doing, like playing with different like jazz groups. I think that's so fun. And I want to do like intramural volleyball, I think, eventually soon. I played at North for 2 years, and then stopped, but I would love to pick it up again. I think it's so fun.
Yeah.
Totally taking this off topic. What's your favorite winter outfit combo?
I love myself a good pair of jeans. Okay, hear me out. So when I went to Chicago with my family, kind of when it started getting cold, and I definitely did not pack well, and so I was very blessed. I got a nice. Okay, anyways, I really like a good like blue low-rise jeans. Sometimes like boots or even just like sneakers. I recently got some Sambas, so
Yes.
I'm really loving those. And I've really been digging like a nice black puffer jacket. It's kept me so warm. I just got mine from Zara, and I have it with me, and I absolutely adore it. It keeps me so warm, and like a nice inside, and then like a nice scarf.
Nice. So who do you usually like reach out to as student body president?
I usually communicate a lot with the 4 advisors, so Miss Mannheim, Miss Liberton, Miss Dixon, Miss Krug, but I do a lot of meeting with Mrs. Laporta as well, because I've been working with her a lot, especially for the community pantry, which is sort of more of like my own contribution as like my own like little service project that I've been working with like a little bit with Student Council and also NHS and hopefully like other organizations as well. But I would say those are the 5 main people.
Okay, wait, this might be a little bit of a weird question, but I know a lot of people who have done student council and then found it to be too much or too, like, because of 3, like, meetings a week, yada, 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 don't have time, yada, yada, yada. How have you found motivation to keep with it? I think obviously you have a love for it, but besides that, is that, like, the major thing, or is there also, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I do have a very big love for it just because I love what we do as a group. We're overall still very service oriented because we have different service projects that we do every quarter. We also do support especially other different clubs. I think what keeps me motivated is it's part discipline. It's just something I've gotten used to over the past 4 years. It's been a habit, it's been a routine. I know what to expect, and I also can, I think, communicate effectively with my advisors. I know that even myself, there have been times where I'm sick or I have a test I have to make up and just things don't work and they clash, which is also completely normal, and it's intimidating, especially for new members, I think, when they realize how, I don't want to say strict, but I think that there is still somewhat this expectation, because I think Student Council's main role is that we oversee a lot of different events, and especially even other clubs. So different clubs come to us when they want money or they want to like use some of our budget to support them to buy, whether it's like new cameras or field trip, for example. And so I think having that responsibility is really big, especially because other students are almost relying on us. And so, I don't know. I do love it, though.
It's cool. So I remember you having a blog, right?
Yes.
Is that still going on?
Yeah, so I still have my online blog, the STEAM blog. It's still running. Over the summer, I kind of crafted it. I crafted it into a book, and so I published it through Amazon KDP, which is a very nice direct publishing website. Since then, I have gotten it into the North Library. I have 2 copies there. For the, I think, past couple of months, I know that I really appreciate the LRC staff, Mr. Wagner, all of them, because I know that they've helped even advertise it. I've seen posters like on the front of the door, and that's like really made me smile. But I've shifted my focus a little bit, not entirely. I took, I think, about 14 different articles from the blog, both from myself and also other writers, and I kind of put that into this physical copy because I felt like that's also accessible. I know online is great and all, but I also think that having it being in front of, like, on a shelf, having people check it out, I think is also a nice way, so you're not paying for it online or anything. Yeah. But so, yeah.
Do you know how many copies you sold?
Ooh. I want to say at least over 40.
Wow.
That's,
on Amazon thus far, but I have been trying to do a lot of work with, because the money is not going to me. It's going to me being able to purchase author copies for myself that I can then like distribute and donate to different bookstores. So something I did, I think about a weekend ago or 2 weekends ago, I took like a couple hours and I traveled to different bookstores in St. Charles, so like Townhouse Books, as well as different like medical and dental offices in Elgin, and I kind of distributed it to them to kind of keep in like their waiting rooms or like in their like store library.
What are you planning on going into for college?
Ooh, that's a great question. I was just talking about this. I applied as a political science and data science major. I think I've always had a very big interest for civic engagement, especially, and political engagement. And I think data science, I still want to channel that kind of logical side of me. I really do like math, and I think computer science is interesting, but I feel like political science and data science kind of has that better blend because you're able to use a lot of those like statistics and analyzing that within like polls, voting, like all that good stuff. But I think, I don't know, a lot of people's minds change. I like what I applied with. I think depending on where I end up, I'm hoping I can still explore other things. I would love to look into kind of like that business entrepreneurship as well.
Side thing, personal question, are you on the math team?
I am.
You are?
What clubs are you in?
I'm in student council, Trium, math team, and a couple of the honor societies. So like our standard NHS, and then Mi Alpha Theta, which is math, science, and social studies.
Gotcha. Do you know where you want to end up living in the future?
I really do like the Boston area. I think regardless of where I attend college, I think I would hopefully one day, as an adult especially, love to be in Boston. I think it's quieter than New York City, but it also still has that like liveliness and like that presence, and it's still, I really like the city life.
What about Chicago, if you like the city life, you know? Is that like, are you thinking of that, or do you just kind of want to try somewhere new?
This is something I actually thought pretty heavily about. I do like Chicago. I like going there with family or with friends. I don't know if I would want to necessarily live there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think I'd like to see somewhere new, but hopefully still stay close enough to family.
Yeah.
Plus Boston feels very like, I don't know, to me it's like very academic and like everything's so old because it's like Boston Tea Party.
Wait, yeah, true, the brownstones.
And so it's historic on top of that. Not to say Chicago isn't historic as well, but like it's definitely more like
because I've always liked
founding
the history.
fathers and like American history instead of it being like fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Oh yeah, true.
Also, didn't you go to France?
I did. I went with my friend Ella over here. We went around, I think 2 summers ago, between our sophomore and junior years.
Yes.
Was that, does that sound right? Yeah. Ugh, I love it. I think about it so much.
I don't know about you, but I feel like that trip definitely changed me as a person because experiencing a whole other culture with like my best friends, crazy.
Oh yeah.
If any of you North Stars ever get the opportunity to go on a trip
they have
anywhere,
one this summer.
take it. Really?
There's another one this summer.
Yes,
I went to talk a little bit about it with, I think, some of the current French students. Yeah, I agree. That trip definitely changed me. I think it was special because, not to be like because there weren't parents there, but it was it was a completely different experience because everything was very structured for us. And I personally like that. Not to say like I don't like having my own free time and doing my own things, but they, I think, had a very good balance of bringing us to different places, especially for like the learning aspect of it, whether it was learning about D-Day, right, or even trying new foods. I think what brought us together was we had dinner every night together, like somewhere outside, where we all got to try new things. I know that was the first time I've ever tried escargot, and it was so delicious, and I absolutely adored it. But then also after that, I think the students, we got along very well together. We had game nights pretty much every night back at where we were staying, whether it was like outside, kind of like in that courtyard area, or even like just somewhere within the hotel. But it was life-changing.
Is there anywhere you want to go that you haven't been?
I think France actually is the only country in Europe that I've been to. So that was my first time ever traveling to Europe. I think I would love to see some of the other European countries. I know I don't want to I don't think this might be basic, but it's I've always wanted to go to Italy.
Yeah.
I think because I know I always I'm a big food lover.
Yeah. Oh, so yum.
I just want to.
Megan, have you ever been to Europe?
No, I've not been to Europe. I want to go to France.
Yeah.
It's I'm also in French. But
Are you really?
yeah, I'm in French 4 right now.
Nice.
Taking AP French next year.
Good. No,
But-
good.
Yeah,
should
I
go
would
to
like
France.
to go there.
AP French is fun. Do you have Madame Goss?
I do, yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I have the same route that you did. I went from 4 to AP, but I know a lot of people kind of go to 5, and then they go, and then it's up to them.
Mm-hmm. That'd probably be my top place to go in Europe, though.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
also
that's gorgeous.
I think it'd be fun to go to Greece, like Mamma Mia.
I feel like
Yep.
England, literally all of Europe is so cool.
I agree.
Because it's so, I don't know, not to be
If it's
American,
not rainy.
but it's
there's
so
also a lot of
foreign.
history. Yeah, there's a lot of history too.
Yes.
It's good food.
I think one thing
History.
I think about a lot for the French trip was that, we would be walking on some random street in the middle of Normandy, in quotations of nowhere essentially, not in Paris, anywhere else in France, not in Paris, and we would be walking and then suddenly there'd be this big medieval cathedral and it's this has been here since the 1100s and it's
Yeah, nothing
Wow.
has been here that long.
We visited during our stay. I think it was only 13 days, but it felt like it was just so much
because
longer.
we'd go two in one day we'd go 2 places and those 2 places would be 2 hours away from each other but we'd still we'd go then
the
we'd
bus rides
drive,
are
then we'd go then we'd go to a hotel.
And there were a ton of cathedrals, and don't forget the chateaus, the castles.
Yes.
Did you get to go inside the castles?
Yes. So it was really interesting because it was huge, but it's also it's something you see in a movie almost, but then you're wait, this is real.
Wait, I'm here, yeah. The only thing I'm kind of sad about, I don't know if they'll do it for this year's France trip, but we didn't go to Versailles.
Yeah, that's
that was
true.
the only thing. But other than that,
It was great.
Do you have the opportunity to go on that trip? Because if you do, you should.
I'm not going to.
No.
Next time.
That's not going to work out, but yeah.
I heard that also AP Euro's going on a trip this summer.
Are they really?
I think they're going to Italy. That might be
I'm
wrong,
jealous.
but I think
I did hear something about
I heard that they're going to 3 countries maybe.
Wow.
I heard England, France, and Italy or something like that.
Wow.
But I think that's crazy, especially to have that opportunity in a school.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I know not many students, at least currently in the building, have gone on an international trip recently. I think mostly seniors.
I think
but
it's just Jazz went to Germany.
Jazz went to Germany.
Only a select amount of people.
German had a foreign exchange program, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we went to France 2 summers ago.
And then I know
Choir
that
went to Ireland.
Choir went to Ireland. Also, orchestra went to New York
Yes.
last year, a year from recently. A year from now.
Yeah, marching band just went to Ohio.
Oh yeah.
They went to Cedar
I
Point.
think Wind Ensemble and other bands went to Disney.
Yeah, that was 2
a lot
years
of travel.
ago.
That was 2 years ago.
I like how it's only the language, history, and music.
Yeah.
No math, no science, no English.
Yeah, that's hard, but I feel there still is opportunity for that too. I feel even
Definitely.
museums, going to Chicago and going to the
That's
different
true.
I was gonna say
museums
for my
here.
AP art history class, we're going on 2 different field trips to go to museums in
That's so
Chicago
fun.
to look around at different museums. Doesn't architecture?
I think they
class, I think
I
that
could
they
be wrong.
go.
I'm not sure.
Or Chicago art. There's a Chicago history class that goes to Chicago.
Oh yeah.
And I know all of the
Yeah.
music people are about to leave for Peoria soon.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That's still Illinois, so.
Yeah.
A couple hours away though.
Workshop and chamber are the ones going to Peoria.
Yeah, and then Theater Fest just happened. For Theater Kids, so that was University Urbana-Champaign, which is 2 hours away.
I want to interview you now. I actually do want to talk to you later about that. That's fun.
Yes. We need to catch up.
Oh yeah. Slay.
On a different note, what music do you listen to?
I like a lot of indie. I think I kind of span multiple genres. I've always been a fan of indie and indie pop. I've gotten to a lot of some country recently, not your deep real country, but I always kind of like your country pop or
Like
folkish.
What do you?
I've been liking some Evan Honer. I think he sometimes does covers, but he kind of isn't like super, super deep country, but has that like twang.
The vibe, yeah.
The vibe, like folkish, like that twang. But I also, in like that pop era, I do like Frank Ocean. I think he was my top artist
Same.
of
And I think
2024.
I think Frank Ocean. So.
Stop. You shouldn't have.
Have you seen any good movies recently?
There's been a lot of
There's
stuff
some
coming
new ones
out.
out, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been following up a lot recently, but I think there was one that I watched with my parents just randomly over the weekend. I think it was like Carry On.
Yeah.
Low-key,
Yes.
like
The horror one.
Yeah.
But it's like not really horror.
It was
Like
like
action kind of.
it was a lot more
I remember
thriller. I don't think it wasn't
Who
super
made it?
horror. It was a lot of thriller. It was just this whole idea of like
What if a guy carries something on that he should
yeah,
not be
like the
carrying
TSA
on?
and like airport security and like I don't know. I was like stressed watching it the whole time.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I've heard
It's
of it.
okay.
It was
Personally,
okay.
it's
It was
like
okay.
Not, it's not like it's just like a like out of 5 stars I rate it like 2.5, 3. Max.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I would rate it like maybe like a 3. I think it's because you know the outcome, and you know they're not gonna end it where it's like the bad guy like kills everyone on the plane.
Because that's too, especially
You know,
now,
it's like, what's
that's
the point
not
of
a good message to have.
Oh
So-
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was yeah. It's
What's
okay,
your
though.
comfort movie, if you have any?
Ooh.
Like
Or
I-
show.
Or show.
Yeah.
Anything.
My biggest comfort show I think is Impractical Jokers.
yes,
I
yes.
watch
Good
it all the time. I've been
Oh,
watching it a
God.
lot, especially recently.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I just think it's fun because it always makes me laugh. It's very silly and I
Yeah.
don't know, it's just something I like to watch when I'm just chilling.
Mhm. Talking about the bass again,
Mhm.
are you planning on playing in any ensembles when you go to college?
Yeah, so that was one of the things I've been researching. I don't plan on majoring in music. However, I do look to join or audition for different, especially orchestra ensembles. I think after playing so long, I do love the instrument. I do love playing. I think it would be worth to continue that throughout college when I can.
Mm-hmm.
Are clubs a major thing you've been looking at when making your like decision on where to apply?
Yeah, like especially as I was completing my supplementals, I was doing a lot of research, especially on different organizations and clubs. I think one thing I really liked looking for were advocacy clubs. I've always liked the idea of mentorship. I regret not doing peer leaders at North earlier. I think I have a lot of friends who are in it. But even hearing from them or seeing different photos and activities that they do, hearing like the events that they have or seeing like where they're going or, oh, I'm driving my PL buddy, like that is so fun to me. Like that's something I wish I knew more about my freshman year, but especially for anybody who has like younger siblings right now here at North or has younger siblings in middle school, I definitely would recommend them join PL.
Yeah.
You mentioned museums earlier. Is there one super specific museum you would like to visit, or like an art piece, or like something you would like to see that would be like mind blowing or something like that?
Ooh, I think that was a good one. Sorry. When we went to France, I really liked visiting the Louvre. I think I don't have any current pieces or museums in mind. However, I think visiting that with you and with everyone else, I think was like especially the Mona Lisa a lot smaller than it is like painted to be. Like I swear, I think people imagine that it's this like decent sized painting. It is tiny.
It's like the size of
Like,
a book.
She is tiny.
Yeah.
And the other thing is because everyone goes, it's like a big tourist attraction too. So it's like when you're visiting the Louvre, that's one of the main things that I would say a lot of like foreigners go to see, which like makes sense because it's such a famous talked about piece. It was nice, but then across from it was like this huge painting that covered the entire wall, and I wish I remembered the name, but
it was The Last Supper.
Was it The Last Supper?
Maybe. Let me look.
It was something similar. I was also thinking The Last Supper, but I wasn't sure. But it was.
I think it was a.
I thought it was.
No, Last Supper's
no.
in Italy. It was a rendition of it for sure, though.
It was similar, but
it
it was
looked like it.
huge. Like if the Mona Lisa. Oh, I guess you can't see my hands. But like if the, but I don't know. It was just, it covered the entire wall.
Yeah.
Like, it was fascinating.
Mm.
And then you had different sculptures there as well. Like, I think we had, like, Venus and, like, the angel with the, like, without wings.
Yes. Wait, I'm looking. I'm gonna butcher this. Veronice's monumental wedding feast at Cana. But
Okay,
you're
perfect.
right. I can't show a picture, but I'll show you a picture.
Yeah, but it's
Ginormous.
humongous.
And then it's right across from the tiny, tiny little Mona Lisa.
I know.
Wow.
It was underappreciated.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else you would like to add?
No, I think you guys covered it all.
All right, well, thank you for joining us,
Yes,
Anna.
thank
We
you.
loved having you on.
Aw, thank you for having me. This was so fun.
Of course. Well, that was great getting to hear from our student body president. I knew that Anna was really involved, but I didn't know that she was in so much.
I think it's really cool how she's been able to spread her love for student council and student government, along with being able to keep up with all this music stuff.
Yeah, because Anna's in chamber with you. So she's going to be going on our Peoria trip that we're going on.
Excited.
That'll be a lot of fun. I'm not sure how much our two groups will get to see each other, but I'm hoping,
Might have a little reunion.
We'll cross paths. I'm assuming we're watching each other perform. But hopefully we'll all maybe get together or something while we're there. Who knows what'll happen. But yeah, Anna was a super fun guest to talk to. I'm looking forward to our other guests in the future.
I don't know why, but it's got me feeling a little bit of a patriotic move with the student government. Hey, you know what's on the flag?
What?
Stripes.
Stripes?
You know what else is on the flag?
Stars?
Roll stars!
Stars!